I asked you guys to send in your cleanest Surron and e-bike builds, and you did not disappoint. So today, Willie and I are gonna review the best of the best. And if you wanna have your bike featured, send me a DM with your build breakdown on Instagram, and it might show up in a future video. Who knows? But starting off strong, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Zay. He just finished building this Ventus 1, which we haven't seen a lot of Ventus 1 builds. It's a relatively new bike, and it's insanely fast. As far as I know, it's compatible with all Surron parts, so it's cool to see like a full build like this. Starting from the bottom, it looks like we got 1619 Excel wheels, super sick dirt setup. Zay is super good on bikes like these. Prickly triangle and rear linkage, powder coated Ventus 1 frame in this beautiful like deep blue color. I bet that looks even better in person. Gut seat cover, a recolored EXT Faro fork, which is sick. To take a $2,000 fork, take it all apart and put it back together like that. What do you think? Pretty cool. He's also running the Lewis EP6 brakes, which are 6-piston brakes. Those are super interesting. I've never ridden them before, but I've heard that they're really good. I don't think the Ventus has huge brakes from the factory. The cockpit setup looks really nice too. Renthal fat bars, a fun stem. That's what I run on my e-ride. It's a great stem. Ventus headlight, and it looks like a custom Motocuts plate with like the mesh riveted in and the cutout around his number. I think that's super sick. I might have to steal that. Zay, can I steal that? I'm not sure what rear shock he's running, but it has a TG built cover on it. He wanted to shout out TG Built, who built this bike up and did all the powder coating. Sick bikes, super awesome bikes. They're a California bike builder. He also wanted to shout out Prickly, which is a big sponsor of his. He's worked with them for a long time. Zay, this bike is crazy. This is so sick, especially because no one's really built up a Ventus like this. He'll probably be uploading a video about this bike today when I upload this video, so you're probably already subscribed to him, but definitely go check out the full-length video whenever he uploads that. Oh, dude, I'm trying to work here. Next up is a fully custom E-Ride Pro sent in by a friend of the channel, Patrick from Rev Rides. Patrick works at Rev Rides, so he got the E-Ride Pro 2.0 when it was really new, and I think he was the first person to tear down the bike completely, powder coat everything. He built this thing up for a motorcycle show, so it has top of the line, like, everything. 17-inch Warp 9 Elites, custom powder coated, purple anodized hubs and nipples. I hate saying that. Pure white powder coat on the frame, the skid plate, the Warp 9 bars. He's actually running a Talaria fork. The E-Ride Pro 2.0 fork isn't quite as nice as the Fast Ace that comes on the Talaria. After he initially built this thing up, he kept upgrading it. An Enjoy seat cover, Velar Sports front and rear with a foot brake. He was the first person to ever have a Velar Sport foot brake. Can you see that? It's a great setup. He also owns a vinyl company, so he did custom graphics for it. Later. And he was also the first person to ever put an X9000 on this bike. So if you have an X9000 on your E-Ride Pro, Patrick was the one who kind of pioneered that and worked with eBMX to work out the details of the kit and the tune and how it works with the E-Ride Pro motor. And also like pegs for foot pegs, which is like kind of a neat thing. You don't see that often. But bro, I'm so nervous. If you ever put a foot down and that peg catches the back of your leg, oh dude, you're done for. This is such a sick bike, and I'm so sad that it got stolen. It was stolen off of his trailer in California. If you see a bike like this for sale, or if you see parts that might be off this bike, shoot me or Patrick a DM. It would be awesome if we could recover that bike and Patrick could have his pride and joy back. Next up is this 76 volt, 21 kilowatt Razor from Hako Dave. He also has a 25 kilowatt Lightbee, but he said, quote, "That's nothing special." Bro, what are you talking about? I don't have a lot of details on this bike, and I've been out of the Razor game for a while. Although, for everyone that's been asking, Moto's right here. Maybe Moto's gonna make a comeback. I don't know, if enough people want it. This is based on a Razor SX500. It's a 48 amp hour battery? What? The range on that must be crazy. It looks like a smart power motor, which I've never seen before. Electrocycle swing arm extensions, RSF 650 wheels, it looks like, with the Supermoto tires. On button on the gas cap, that's a cool touch. He's got a really cool tail light setup. Razor guys are awesome. You guys are so like resourceful. Pro taper bars, maybe they're Piranha forks, or maybe a newer version of those forks. Again, I've been out of the game for a little bit, so a bunch of new parts have come out that I'm not familiar with. I think those are full pit bike brakes, which are gonna be more than enough stopping power for this bike. This thing is awesome, dude. There's something about riding a tiny bike that's like really fast and silent. So man, Dave, you might have inspired me. Sick build. Our next bike is from Parker. When he sent this in, I was blown away, and then I realized I've ridden with this guy. His bike has just changed so much since I last saw him. Parker sent in a full build breakdown on this thing, which I really appreciate because I don't need to guess what parts you have. Chai batteries, 7251 amp hour battery with QS8 connectors, Emoto Bros, back 4000, Renthal fat bar, handlebars. He's got a Marzocchi bomber with a Reese Racing drop crown. That's basically what I have on my Surron. It's a good setup for a light bike. He's got a fun direct mount stem, prickly direct mount riser, Supermotos, Warp 9 floating rotors, TRP DHR Evos. Those are pretty good brakes. Those used to be kind of the king of Surron brakes. He's got a bunch of prickly parts on it, like the rear disc guard and the jackshaft bolt, also a prickly rear triangle and linkage. That's a baller setup. It's not cheap. Since I last saw this bike, he has powder coated it. He also got a foot brake on it with, I think, a Hope Tech caliper. He's got an NTC foot brake, but he swapped out the master cylinder from like a 125. A lot of people do this. The NTC foot brake is super sleek and I think it looks awesome, but the master cylinder that comes with it, people have said that it has some problems, so a lot of people swap it out for a higher quality one, which actually doesn't cost that much money. Oh man, he's really balling. He's even got a titanium bolt kit. He's got a bunch of carbon on it. And you know what's crazy? He doesn't even post his bike on Instagram. I love the color that he chose. The Supermotos look sick. The bike sounds good because it's got that chain drive on it. This is a really cool lightweight setup, and this guy is crazy at wheelies and combos. This is a sick bike. It's coming along really good, man. I'm happy to see you're still rocking it even though you're not posting any clips on Instagram. Whatever. Viru sent in a few bikes. I met this guy out in Texas. He's a really cool kid.
Dude, I saw you rocking the Crocs earlier.
Viru, stop wearing Crocs when you ride. I'm not joking. He DM'd me all 3 of his setups. So we're gonna start with his E-Ride because, you know, he has a pretty cool setup. E-Ride Pro SS 2.0. It's got blue Warp 9 handlebars, custom front plate graphic, got seat cover, Shinko 241 in the front, and Velar Sports front and rear. Those are great brakes, especially for the 2.0 that doesn't have crazy brakes from the factory. Looks like he has some Warp 9 foot pegs. I saw this bike in person and he was letting his buddy ride it, which was sweet. I think it's so cool when someone has multiple bikes, you can go out riding with your friends, even if your friends don't have bikes. I would say there's some low-hanging fruit, like your front brake cable. Bro, lock that down. One zip tie, that's all it takes. This is a really cool bike. You don't need to upgrade bikes much further than this. The second bike he sent in is mostly stock, but I think it's worth mentioning. It's a 2025 Ultra B. These things out of the box look really sick. 21 kilowatts peak. It looks like he already has a seat cover on it, which is a great first upgrade. I saw him ripping this thing in Texas. It looks like a great bike. Kind of making me want one, I'm not gonna lie. And last but not least, he sent in his Gas Moto 2, I think it's called. This is a cool like pedal e-bike made by Gas. It's got kind of a funky design, sort of like a Super 73, but it's made by a dirt bike company, which is just cool. I wanted to put that one in there because I think it's a cool bike, and you know, you can probably have just as much fun on this thing as you can on like a $10,000 e-bike or whatever. You can't go as fast, but you can still have fun. This next bike from Cole Hospi is crazy. All he gave me for the build breakdown was pretty much all the prickly parts and brakes, EXT front and rear, flow wheels, EBMX controller, battery, and Socin motor. That right there is a dream build list and not cheap. He also has it powder coated in the most beautiful color. The dark green powder coat with the bronze from Prickly is just perfect, dude. He also has a flow carbon battery lid, which I think is one of the sickest things ever. Prickly foot pegs, prickly foot peg bracket, prickly brakes. It's a 16-19 flow wheels setup, so he's actually doing some dirt riding, which is sick. He also has a completely different wheel setup for Supermotos, also from Flow Wheels. That's what I love about these bikes. You can just swap back and forth. The only thing that personally I'm not in love with is the frame guards, and I get why you have to do that, especially if you spend a bunch of money powder coating your bike. But I think if you powder coat your bike, let that color breathe, brother. If you send in some photos of the bike without the covers on it, it just looks so great with the green and the bronze and the black. Oh dang, he also has the cutout number plate. I've seen that before, but it's just hitting me I should do that. That's so sick. This is a crazy bike. I don't know how this could get any nicer, honestly. This next bike from Pearson is super sick, and I wanted to show this off because I think you can have a really sick bike and have a lot of fun without spending all the money on like these crazy fast e-motos. I think this guy might have been at the Texas Mega Ride. He was wheeling this thing like crazy. It's got an ODI front number plate, looks like ODI grips, looks like a big seat for combos, and I love that he's upgraded the rear brake. He's running a zoom brake, and he's running it on the left-hand side like you would find on a Surron or an E-Ride, and it looks like you're not running a front brake, which is a real wheelie boy thing to do. Obviously, it's not something that I can recommend because safety or whatever. You are all about the wheelie life. That's pretty cool. Great work on this bike. I'm excited to see where it goes from here, and I hope you're having fun with it. We're all pretty blessed to have any bike at all. A lot of people don't have the ability to get a bike, so I think this is pretty sick. Next up is friend of the channel, Teddy Bear Moto, with a crazy two-tone powder-coated Surron. The right side of this bike is all gloss black. The left side of this bike is the brightest pink that Teddy could find. For power, Teddy has a huge E-Watt battery. I don't even know how big big it is, but he doesn't run a battery lid because it's that big. His controller is a Torp TC1000 in a Torp TC500 cover, so it's really stealthy. And he's also running one of Torp's like top of the line motors. I forget the exact name. Any full Torp setup is crazy. Those controllers and motors are crazy. He's got a Luna float seat. I think the only thing that's stock on this bike is the suspension, maybe? He's got Ultra B brakes front and rear with the prickly kit to mount them up to a Light B. He's got Warp 9 Supermotos on it, Warp 9 bars, Warp 9 stem, Warp 9 kickstand. He's got 2 Astroworks shift locks, which by the way, you can use LOGANG on Astroworks to save some money. Teddy, great work. My one piece of feedback would be tighten your dang bolts, dude. You can pick up this bike and shake it and things will fall off it. Like, the bike is looking cool. Lock tight those bolts, dude. We don't want it falling apart on you. Overall, very cool build. Teddy, I'm very proud of you for how far this bike has come. For the final bike today, we have a very special treat. Friend of the channel, Red Shogo. He has one of the nicest Talaria XXXs I've ever seen, and he's staying true to his name. It's all red. You've probably seen this bike online. I got to see it in person in Texas. Super clean. Very, very clean bike. Him and his brother both crush it with these bikes. He's got a Bomber 58, red. He's got Lewis LHTs, red. He's got an Astroworks shift lock, red. Interestingly, this bike isn't even powder coated. This is the stock color that came from the factory. So I love that he took the stock bike and just built on it. Powder coating is super cool. It's also kind of intense and it costs a lot of money. And on the rare occasion we get a cool bike in a cool color from the factory, I think it's cool to keep that. Like Surronster has his original red Light B. I think that's so cool. I think he should never powder coat that thing. Red also has a foot brake, prickly pegs, Baja S2, the same light that I have. This thing is super cool and it fits him perfectly. Like seeing him rip around on this bike, I can't imagine a better bike for him. He also has a Drift 8 front number plate, which is a really cool company. They bend and laser engrave everything in-house. It's an American-made company, and it looks like he has a custom laser engraved number plate with Rad, which is his detailing company, and like a QR code or something. That's cool. That's super creative. It's cool to see him with the custom setup, and it's red.